button. So special good evening to you all. You are highly welcome to this our meeting. We are having this meeting every Wednesday at exactly 6 p.m. West African time. And like I said, today we are going to have a very special treat. Of course, the admin is here. You are going to have some updates from the admin, and you can ask some questions maybe at the end of the meeting. And of course, we shall also going to have a very special presentation from one of our great leaders from the Philippines, Mr. Edmond. So he's right here with us. He'll be able to share his screen and do some presentation. Guys, make sure that you keep this meeting positive. Even if you have a worry, let your worry be in a very positive way. You should present your worry in a positive way. We are not going to entertain any negativity. We are here as a community that wants to grow, and it's not time for us to entertain negativity. If you have a worry, put it on positively, and we shall answer whatever worry you have. Okay, guys? So no technical issues. If you have a technical issues, bring them to the Telegram group. The admin is right there, and he's going to take care of you. So you don't need to bring your technical problems here. And if you have a question, make sure that you put it briefly. No need bringing history or whatever has happened, but just put it very brief, and then we shall get to it. All right. So guys, before we bring in Mr. Edmond, we are going to call on the admin that will be giving us some updates before Mr. Edmond comes on board. Greetings to you, admin. Welcome.
Greetings. Good afternoon, good morning, good night to everyone. Welcome to our Wednesday founders meeting, for the first one for February. We have some interesting information to go over. To recap last week's meeting, we talked about the SBC wallet, the rewards, a little bit of a program detail and how the technology is expected to work. I've got a little bit more information to provide to you guys today about that due to some discussions that have occurred in the Telegram chat. I want to address our membership, the membership counts and the details of those once again to make sure that it's very clear what's going on and what our path is. And then I want to address the agents program. It was mentioned just today that our agents program has been stagnating, and that is very much the case. That was a program that was originally designed by our previous admin Jack, and a lot of our interest in that program has kind of dwindled away, and I can explain some of the reasons why for that. And the last thing we're going to discuss is what everybody's got on their mind today, which is the status of the Share Bounty program, how it ran in our new cycle for February, and we've got a couple of things to discuss, and that's what we're going to bring Edmund in for. He's gonna tell you how it works because he knows how it works better than I do. So let's start with our first topic of conversation, and that is the SBC wallet and where we're going with SBC in our coin. So I've been approached recently asking to unveil the sponsors of SBC. I put together a blog, Understanding SBC and What You Need to Know, on February 3rd. That blog, we can go ahead, and I'm going to share my screen here just so we can go through it real quick. That blog is right here, Understanding SBC and What You Need to Know. So beautiful graphic here, designed basically to show a phoenix, a fire coming out of the ashes of rebirth, and that's what we're using. That's what we're using SBC. SBC is a rebirth of the previous TBC. So Admin Jack had originally, this blog actually had a very, very different tone and a very, very different amount of detail in it when I originally wrote it. I edited it for time and consistency and making sure that it still remained kind of a positive note and didn't focus on the TBC of the past and why TBC failed and all of the history of Caleb and Joy G. I took all of that out of this document because we're moving forward. The intent of the document, the image itself, is a rebirth going forward. And I don't want to go and talk about TBC and the failures of that program and Joy G and K-Love and all of the games and the contests and the exchange and all. I don't want to continue to have to retouch on those topics. We're moving forward, and so forth. That's what we're going to do. So our goal with SBC is clear, and we want to establish a private and global banking system that's accessible to all of us, specifically our members first, and then as our interface with the rest of the world happens, a lot of other people will be like, hey, what's that card you've got there? What's that app you've got there? How is that you're able to do that? And then you'll be able to have a better approach to bringing other like-minded people into SBC. But our sponsors and our support, our sponsors envision a brighter future with SBC. They're not just giving handouts. All right, they're not just putting money in the bank and saying, here, go off and do whatever you want with it. These sponsors are looking to foster a entire relationship with a community. They don't need 5,000 people, guys. They don't need 5,000 people. They need tens of thousands of people. They need hundreds of thousands of people. That's what they're looking for, okay? So until they're ready for us, or until we're ready for them, until we bring them thousands of people that are ready and willing to use this product, to use this app, to go out into the world, until we're strong enough for them to say, let's throw some money into an account and start that ball rolling, they're not going to do it. So one thing to keep in mind with our sponsors is that until a legal structure has been built, the legal framework, there will be no unveiling of who the sponsors are. You're not going to know who they are. I only know them by their first names. I don't know them by their last names. I know them by their businesses, by the businesses that they've sponsored before, the work that they've done. They're looking to do things on a larger scale. We're not going to reveal who those people are to anyone, not even the Privy Council, until that legal structure has been built. When that legal structure starts, then they will stand beside us side by side and proudly say, we are the sponsors of SBC and we welcome you to whatever it is that they create as a legal structure. So just keep that in mind. It's very important to understand that if we reveal who these people are right now, somebody will try and undermine that process, and we don't want that. Somebody will go to them and say, well, you know, TBC failed in the past. What makes you think that you're not going to fail in supporting SBC? That kind of interference and that kind of that kind of negativity is the reason why many operations out there in the world fail, because of what you would call a insider sabotage or something of that nature. We don't need that. We won't have that. So I meet with our sponsors on a monthly basis. I meet in the middle of the month. It's not a set date or a set time. It's just it's somewhere in the middle of the month. And then when that meeting happens, I have a lot to bring to them. As I've been discussing for the last two meetings in our founders meetings, there's a lot that I can bring to them. I can bring to them the potential of having a trial program to build the technology. They're going to build the technology one way or another. The question is who's going to be the one that designs that technology? And the community that comes to them with that idea, the community that comes to them with the technology in hand and says, this is what we want to do, this is how we want to do it, will be able to get that little bit of incentive for them to choose and go with us as soon as we're particularly ready. So when it comes to the technology, I cited a company called Glint, and somebody challenged me on Glint, and they basically said, okay, well, I looked at it on Google, and it has like an app share of like this. Well, that's irrelevant. What does that matter? We're not going to duplicate Glint. We're not going to partner with Glint. We're not going to use anything that Glint has. I use Glint as an example. Glint already takes gold that it puts in your account. It's an online, it's a virtual account, and it's in gold. They convert that gold to a debit card swipe at the other end of the spectrum. They also convert that gold into fiat currency that you can deposit into your bank account. So there are two different ways that they can do with that gold. You can spend the gold as gold, or you can convert it to fiat and spend it out of your account that way. That's the technology that Glint has. I only use Glint as an example of what's possible, and that's how we will use SBC. So SBC, your balance of SBC, will be an equivalent of gold, very much like Glint. But we're going to use different technologies and different tools. We're going to use an app. We're going to use barcodes, QR codes. We're going to use debit cards, and you're going to have the ability to move money back and forth through banks and whatnot in the public sector of the banking community. No one needs to know where your funds came from. They're not going to know that your funds are SBC. They're not going to know that your funds were gold. All they know is that your funds cleared and your bill was paid. So when we're talking about that technology, that's where we're going to be at with SBC. And what I wanted to, before I go into any further, I'm pretty much done with the topic of SBC and the SBC wallet. I just want it to be very clear that our sponsors don't want you to know who they are right now. And when we have a legal structure, that's when everyone will know who they are. Okay, so keep that in mind. Our sponsors are looking for us to have a strong backbone going forward into this program. Yes, it's possible that they might do a little pilot program for a few thousand people or a couple thousand people in this year. It's possible. I'm not promising that, so don't write that down as admin promised that they will do this. That's up to them. That's up to the sponsors. That's up to the ones that are putting the sponsorship money on the table. So just keep that in mind. What our sponsors are looking for us from us is a user base. Okay, everyone needs a user base. You need test subjects, so to speak, and that's who they're looking for in SBC. They already know our mentality. They already know our intentions for freeing the global poverty that exists in the world. They already know that we've stuck together time and time again for 8 years now. We've stuck together as a community, and we've grown and we've shrunk, and we've grown and we've shrunk, and we'll grow again. And they know that. They know that we have 350,000 TBC accounts. Those 350,000, maybe not all of them are real. Some of them could have been people taking advantage of contests or whatever, but there is a very, very large, vast quantity of TBC out there. And those TBC holders are legitimate members that this organization wants to bring back. So we'll go and we'll tackle the membership now. When we go and we talk about our membership, on our dashboard, it says we're down to $53.99. Now, $53.99 is a number, and that is a number of actual unexpired accounts within SBC. But that number does not equate how many people are active, really, truly active in our community. That number is down here in the bubble. So as promised, the January share payout qualification participants or qualified participants was 3,582. There were 3,582 members that participated in the bounty share program in the month of January through the February 6th cutoff. So those 3,582 members have slots in the system. And when we go and we discuss the bounty share, Mr. Edmond is going to explain to you how those numbers actually get broken down, who's actually earning share bounty in this program, and where you start. So all of those members are qualified to receive shared bounty, but all of those members aren't qualified to receive $280 in USDT. All of those members aren't qualified to receive $1,125 in USDT. Those members are qualified to start receiving, and we'll get into those details when we talk with Edmund. But I don't want us to be worried about the membership count. Our membership count was extremely low back in September when I first took over, and we were able to grow it, and we were able to expand our membership. And I think that we can continue to expand our membership even further. When I went through and I did the bounty, or not the bounty, but the 1,000 sponsor and the 400 new member rewards, there were over 100 sponsors that brought in at least one new member into SBC over last month. So that is that's great. That's wonderful. It's a great number. I wish that we were doing that on a weekly basis. Actually, I wish we were doing it on a daily basis. But if every one of us could go out there and bring at least one more member into this program, specifically into the Share Bounty program, you'll see that it'll take off like wildfire. So the last thing I wanted to discuss before we go into the Share Bounty side is the agent program. So I was talking to Edmund last night, and he was explaining a little bit of detail on how excited he is for the agent program. And I was asking him to help me think of a way to redesign that program. And I'm going to ask all of our members in the Privy Council to help us to find a way to redesign that program. That program was originally designed by Edmund Jack, and it was a fundraising opportunity. It was intended to fundraise for our operation, and it was intended to allow for us to bolster the price of Joy G at the time. And it was for an exchange for the agents to be able to go out there and do goodwill. Well, that program initially started off pretty positively. There was a lot of activity on the agent program. But unfortunately, the way that the agent program was working originally in the payout system, there was too many microtransactions that were happening that bogged the system down. Edmund decided to join to kind of pool those transactions and then pay them out at a later date. And we did do a payout in SBFC back in November. And another payout is due before we close this chapter of the agent program and start the new one. I'm going to pay out the SBFC that has been made for donations to the agents that they haven't received yet so far. But the problem with the agents program is that there's not enough donors. In fact, there are no donors. There's a couple of donors that said, I'm going to donate for a year straight. And then they stopped donating. Now, donation is the best way to get a hold of SBFC. For $10 of USDT, you're receiving $20 of SBFC. So we're still going to be working with SBFC. We're still going to be working with creating a liquidity pool for that, but we have to go and approach it from a different perspective. So you can continue to donate if you'd like to receive SBFC specifically. And in the next couple of weeks here, I'm going to pay out the agents in SBFC, get that part closed off, and then we're going to redesign that agent program. I don't know how we're going to do it as of yet, but it's very clear that there's no interest in the agent program. And even when I was doing agent payouts for the agent activation, it was the same. It was the same top earners each time. And the very positive and inspiring part of that is that on Telegram, I was receiving the photos and the summaries of all of their work, and even in the email. So I would communicate with them via email, and I was receiving all of the work that they would do for their donations, and it was very inspiring. And I wish that we could get back to that. I want to get back to that. So again, that was one of the topics of our Telegram chat this morning was the agent program and the donation program. It has stagnated, and that's true, but it wasn't my program. So I'm going to design a new program, much in the way that I've designed other programs since we've started this, and we will find a way to make that agents program more beneficial going forward. So lastly, before I turn this over to Edrin, sorry, I'm going to stop my screen share. So before I turn this over, I wanted to make it clear that the reason for the delay in paying out the shared bounty is because there is a better way for us to do. There's a better way for us to do what we're about to pay out, and discussing that with Edmund is we're going to apply that to this bounty payout so that it is in the most efficient way. So going forward. So with that, we have the 3,825, I said, participating members in our shared bounty program. And the portion of those members that are going to receive the funds, there are some of them that have received the max funds, and there are others that will receive more funds, obviously, next month. So the more that you participate in the share bounty program, the more your allocations are going to build up, and then you're going to be able to, according to a schedule, there's going to be a schedule. We're going to show you some of the structure. There's going to be a detailed chart in the KCBO here, hopefully in the next couple of days, that will show you how your share bounty stacks up, and it'll give you a better understanding of what's going on with that. So, Edmund, are you here?
Yes, admin.
Okay, perfect. Well, let's turn it over to you and tell us how the program works.
Okay. Thank you, admin. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all SBCians in the house. Before I discuss the shared bounty details, I would like for you to open your mind and hear it clearly and comprehend all the details of the shared bounty program for us to know and understand fully how does it works. I'm pretty sure that this program, this is a right vehicle towards our goal to augment the numbers of active members to hit those numbers that we need, as what we heard from Admin Scott, that the sponsors are watching us. They are waiting for the numbers to grow. So this program, the shared bounty program, if all of us will understand how does this work, we will fly. I'm sure we will fly. Applying this shared bounty and taking the action, and all of us, I'm pretty sure that we will hit those numbers. Okay, I will share my screen. Did you see my screen?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can see it.
Yes, okay, let's start. Before discussing the shared bounty program, I want every SBCians in the house to understand what is the difference of the work to get paid today that we've been doing for how many years. And this is the program of Admin Jack. And I know all of you here, especially those members who have been here for many years. You know this program, how this program works. Assuming a member has only 2 direct referrals, let's assume. And then your referrals pay your PCBO. You have an instant bounty, right? Which is $16.23 to be exact, because our PCBO program fee for now is 32.4793 USDT, right? Now, if you have 2 direct, a total instant bounty you will be getting is 32.47. So it only shows that if you have 2 direct, your PCBO will be free. Having the 2 direct, you will not struggle or any problem in paying your PCBO, right? Let's assume all of the members has 2 direct referrals. Now, here comes the shared bounty. Let's assume also that you have 2 direct referrals applying the shared bounty program. So you need to pay your PCBO, and then your 2 paid referrals, they pay also. You will be getting an instant bounty of $10, a total of $20. If you will compare, in the work to get paid today, you got $32. Then you can use that to pay your KCB on the next month. But here in shared bounty, you only got $20. You're lacking around $12 or more to pay your KCB, right? But this is the good thing. Because of this shared bounty program, you will be getting, or you have the opportunity to have a shared bounty up to $280 per month. Each member's program fee will be free with a passive income up to $280. If you can look at this diagram, there's a big difference of these 2 programs. Before, for how many years we've been doing this work to get paid today. And now we have the shared bounty program, almost the same. We have to look for recruits, okay? But the good thing is we have the shared bounty, which will give you more than $32. If you see the diagram, both of that has 2 referrals only. But in the left side, the work to get paid today, your maximum bounty that will be getting is only $32 because you have only 2 referrals. But in the shared bounty, if you have 2 direct referrals, you have a $20 of instant bounty. But there are more, up to $280 of shared bounty. Let's have another example. Let's assume a member has no referrals. In work to get paid today, he pay his KCBO, instant bounty, 0, because he has no referrals. Maximum bounty is still 0. Each member who has no referral will still continue to pay his KCBO, money coming from his own pocket, because he has no bounty. We're clear on that. 0 referral, but you keep on paying your KCBO because you know the essence of paying that KCBO. But if we talk about bounties, you don't have any bounties at all. Now, in shared bounty, assuming still a member has no referral, he pays his KCBO, instant bounty is 0. But look at this diagram. In the left side, maximum bounty is 0. Because in work to get paid today, he has no referral. But in shared bounty, even though he has no referrals, he has the opportunity to have a shared bounty up to $280. Paying member will receive a shared bounty gradually until he reaches the maximum amount of $280 and paying his KCBO using shared bounty. I want you to understand this one because there are a lot of members in Telegram chat that keep on repeating those questions, suggestions to admin Scott that they will receive or they expect something big after just one cycle. The program don't goes like that. It will not work like that. The 280 shared bounty, that is the maximum that we will receive. And each member who will participate in the shared bounty program, he will receive it gradually, not an instant. This is a shared bounty, so you will receive it gradually until you receive it $280. Maybe it will take you for a couple of months, maybe 3 months, maybe 4 months, maybe 6 months. But the good thing is you will reach on that figure, $280. Don't expect that participating in this program in just one cycle and you will receive around $280 in the next month. No, it's not like that. Now I will explain the structure for you to understand how does this work. Before the structure is in rotator, how admin Scott will pay those participants using the rotator program. But now we change it to metrics. In this one, I want you to listen and listen carefully to understand this. How does this work? Look at this one. The shared bounty concept or shared bounty program, we have only one mother matrix. This is only one structure. All of the participating members or participants for this program will be put in a one structure. Okay? Although we cannot see this structure in our own PCBO, only admin Scott and the developer will see this in the back end. But for you to understand, this is only one structure. Look at this one. Why 2 by 8? This is a power of 2. If you can see on the left side, there's a level 1. In that level 1, there are 2 people. Okay? The orange one is the top, and then the blue one, this 2 person, they are in the level 1. In the level 2, this is 4 people. And then in the level 3, 4 times 2, that's 8. 8 times 2, that is 16, up to the 8th level. That is why that is called 2 by 8 matrix. That is a power of 2, and then the 8, that is the 8th level. Now, it goes like this one. All of the participating members or participants have this 2 by 8 matrix. Look, your maximum level is up to level 8. If that level 8, from level 1 to level 8, will be filled in fully, you have the maximum of $280 shared bounty. So it means your matrix, if we talk about you, this is you, the orange one. Example, this is you, the orange one. In the system, the developer set each matrix of each participants. Example, this is you, the orange one. In your own matrix, although you belong on the mother matrix, what I've said before, all of the participants will be put in one matrix, in the whole one matrix in the system. But each person, each participant has his own matrix for the developer to check and to calculate that. Now, let's go back this orange one. This is you. You have a level 1, you have 2 persons, but this 2 person, this is not your own recruit. Because even though you don't have recruit, I explained it a while ago, even though you don't have recruit, because the system will automatically fill in that spot in all levels. Even though you do not have recruit, there will be people underneath you in the system. Okay? Once you pay your PCBO and you are a new participants in this program, the system will automatically put you in the structure, giving you that spot, and that spot will be yours forever. Let's have an example. You pay February 10, and then the system will put you in the level 7. Because where is the vacant slot or vacant spot, there the system will put you. Example, in the level 7, the vacant is 150, number 150. If you can see in the level 7, there are 128 people. In level 8, that is 256 people. Now, let's talk about you. You pay February 10, and then the system put you in the level 8 because that is the vacant one. And that the vacant one, the last vacant one is 150. Example. So your spot number on that structure is 150. And then by February 10, in the afternoon, because you pay it in the morning, example, in the afternoon, somebody pay. He will be put in the system after you. So if your number is 150, that person pay his KCBU after you, he will be put by the system to number 151 in level 7. Until that level 7 will be filled in. Okay? All those spots will be permanent. You keep on paying every month, you hold that spot. But if you don't pay your KCBO on the consecutive months for 3 months or 90 days, you will be removed on that spot. So for you to keep those spot of yours, you must be active every month. Now, when this level 7 will be filled in, all coming participants will be put on the level 8. And then the level 8 will be filled in. The structure, the system will just continue up to infinity. Level 9, level 10, level 11, level 10. Even though the participants reach to 100,000, 200,000, the system will just continue going down to that level. Because all the levels coming from the top are already filled in. So you got one spot on that. You are in level 7. We're talking to your spot. You are in level 7, number 150. Okay? Now, I want you to understand this one. I said that the $280 or the shared bounty, you will be receiving that in a gradual way. Not an instant, not an automatic. Now, there will be a case that a participant of this program will not receive any shared bounty after a month, after he joined. I will give you 2 reasons why it will happen. And this must be understood because a lot of members get disappointed after a first cycle, after 1 month that they didn't receive or they received just a little because they expect too much. Not like that. I will explain it. Now, there are 2 reasons why a member will not receive anything in the first month. But that is case to case, not all. I will explain those member who will not receive. Look at this one. If you pay, example, today we will get the example of this cycle, February 6 to March 5. That is our cycle for this month, right? Now, you join the program March 1. 5 days, it will be cut off. March 5, you join March 1. You pay your KCBO March 1. And then the system put you on the level 8 because that level are those who have vacants slot. And that number, 256, must be filled in on that level 8. And the system put you in 240. Your number is 240 in level 8. You pay your KCBO March 1. And then here comes the shared bounty payout March 6. You complain because you didn't receive anything. Because you do not understand. That's why I told you, I'm telling you, you need to understand what the program, how does the program works. Now, that is the first reason, because you join the program almost cut off of the cycle. You pay March 1, and then the cut-off is March 5. For sure, you don't have a shared bounty by March 6. Second reason, you pay earlier. You pay February, instead of March 1, you pay February 16. You pay February 16 instead that the system will put you on level 8, number 240, because you pay it earlier instead of March 1. The vacant one is level 8, number 150 instead of 240. So your spot number is 140. But why it happened? Then when March 6 comes, you didn't receive also any bounty. This is the second reason. Because you are in the bottom of that matrix in this cycle, in this current cycle, for sure, you don't have any bounty because you are in the level 8. Again, I want you to understand that this structure, all paying members or all participants of the current month, if you belong on the bottom of this structure, for sure, you don't have shared bounty in the following month. So if this is your first month or first cycle of joining this program, don't expect that you will be getting shared bounty in the following month. But case to case, it could be that you can have in the first month. Example, in level 8, you are the number 1 or number 2 or number 5 out of 256 persons in level 8. Because the system, how to fill in this structure, is going from left to right. You can see this arrow in this diagram. The system will fill in this structure from left to right. So the earlier you pay, the better position you will get. Right? Now, all of the members, all of the participants have this 2x8 matrix. All of those members who have no referrals, no recruits, have the opportunity to have this $280 maximum. Now, the question is, what if I have 1 direct, 2, 3, 4 referrals, paying also? Do I have to receive bigger than $280? No, the same without the referrals. From 0 to 4, the maximum is $280. And this is the tier 1. And we have the tier 2 income, which is $1,125. How does it goes? We have this level 9 and level 10. And level 9 and level 10, how can you have this income? Having 5 referrals or more will unlock level 9 and level 10 and will give you a maximum shared bounty of $1,125. Now, if you're aiming to have this $1,125, work for it. Have more referrals, more than 5 or more. You will unlock, the system will unlock. You will not the one who will unlock. The system will automatically unlock for you the level 9 and level 10. And then, again, even though the system unlocked already in your matrix, it doesn't mean last month you received $280. The following month, you will receive automatically $1,125. It is also gradual. Maybe you will receive $350, $480, $650, up to $1,125. There will come a time, a month, that you will reach the maximum. And when you reach that maximum, that will be your monthly. So again, we have only 2 tier of income. The tier 1 is $280, and then the second one is $125. Now, and I want you to understand, some members keep on complaining, chatting on Telegram, questioning Why those people earning $500, shared bounty, $400, $300? Why some of us only just a little? For sure, they receive bigger because when we launched this program in November 27, they pay early. So they got the higher spot on the structure. Now, keep this in mind that this is only one structure. So you don't know, because we cannot say in our KCBO the structure, you don't know which level do you belong, but we have to keep in mind, if we work it together, we keep on recruiting, and we keep on adding new participants in this program, all of us will be in the top, because the system will just add up in the bottom, in the bottom, in the bottom, level 8, level 9, level 10, level 11, and so on and so forth. So all those who pay on December, January, they are going to the top because the system will just fill in down, 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 and down. So I think you understand now how does this work. Now, I will explain the shared bounty for you to understand why we have this one. I will give an example about nutritional company. Any company outside of this community, they have that what we call profit sharing, because they have this tangible product. They have this profit sharing from the sales of their product, right? But there are requirements for those salespersons they have to avail this profit sharing that they are giving. They have to hit the higher rank. Some company have those requirements. They have to hit the sales volume, the target, the given sales volume. If you hit that rank and then you hit the sales volume, you will be getting profit sharing. There are a lot of categories. Maybe you will receive 1% profit sharing, 2% profit sharing. If you are a salesperson or distributor on that company, is entitled for profit sharing. Even you're a salesperson of that company, you are a distributor of the company, you are not automatically receive a profit sharing. You will undergo and hit or comply those requirements, right? I guess you understand that. Now, let's talk about SBC, Simply Brilliant Community. We have also this shared bounty, okay? If we will just think this profit sharing and then shared bounty, almost the same. Bounty sharing, shared bounty. But we don't have a tangible products here. We're not selling any products. We're not selling any nutritional products here. But I want you to understand the concept of shared bounty. Why we have this program? Before we don't have this. We have only the instant bounty. Now, we have two kinds of bounty. We are receiving instant bounty if you have referrals, and then you will be receiving shared bounty. You have referrals, or there's still a requirement. We don't have those rank. We don't have those sales volume. We don't have products in here. What is the requirement? You need to pay the KCBO account, and then you will receive 200 SBC coins. Although this is not a product, but this is a reward for us. By supporting the administration, we are paying the KCBO account, and we know the essence why we are paying this one. Because SBC is a self-funded community. Okay? So all of us will contribute. This program fee is just like a contribution to our community. And then the payment we give to the community, to the administration, half of that, we know that it will be used for the operating expenses. Now, going back to this requirement, to have this shared bounty, you pay the KCBO account, you receive the 200 SBC coins, and then you want bigger shared bounty, must have 5 referrals to have a greater shared bounty. All paying members has the opportunity to have a shared bounty difference. But if you take a look at that diagram, that shared bounty is just like a profit sharing in any other company that has a tangible products. Okay? Now, let's talk about this one. Although admin Scott discussed this already, but I just want to detail this one. This is the last part of my presentation. January shared bounty, we have a 3,582. Take note of that number. Please, all of us here. If we invite 2 persons each one of us, this 3,582 in this month of February, okay, we have 1 month, almost 1 month, 3,582, each one of us will recruit 2. That will be 7,164 in February. If we add up that one, 7,164 plus the existing 3,582, in March, we have this number, 10,746. All of us wants to realize the utilization of SBC coins. We want it ASAP. But admin Scott cannot do that without those numbers, without those huge active numbers. We need to help him. We need to help each other. We need teamwork. We need to work. If we want to utilize the SBC coins as soon as possible, we need to increase this one. Now, what I've said, this shared bounty will be our vehicle towards to that goal, towards to that target. Now, we can do this. All of us this month, add 2 persons each, and we can have this one. Now, let's say not all these 3,582 can recruit 2. The list members can do recruit 1 person each, even 1 person this month of February. That is 3,582 plus 3,582. In March, we have 7,164. In March, another cycle, the list member can do again, recruit another 1. That will be 14,000 in April. Double our number. Although that will be exponential if we will invite 2 compared to 1 person, but adding 1 person each is greater than just being the KCBO, doing nothing, and just sitting down and waiting for the shared bounty. And then the shared bounty comes, the shared bounty payout, start on complaining because just receive a little shared bounty. We have to change our mindset. We have to go out from our comfort zone in order for us to realize and we want to achieve that goal. We want to utilize the SBC coins. Let's help each other. Thank you. This is my end of my presentation, Admin Scott.
All right. Thank you very much, Edmund. That's extremely detailed, and I'm glad that he had a PowerPoint presentation available to show some graphics and to show what we're trying to communicate. So what I would recommend for each and every member that has participated in this meeting is to come back to the blog later today and save the link to the video on YouTube for this presentation and share it with all of your all of the members that you know, the potential members that were not able to participate in the meeting today live. Make sure that you share this information with them. It's going to be in the Telegram group. It's very important. Edmund was very, very detailed, and he was very, very articulate, specifically speaking slowly so that everyone can hear what the program is all about. So with that, I wanted to wrap up the actual educational portion. You can go ahead and end the recording here, Mbe.
Okay, all right. Give me 1 second.